So hello everyone. So in last session we have discussed about different PHP statements we are having. So like conditional statements and as well as the looping statements whatever we are having, and also we have seen some practical PHP scripts execution. So for conditional statements, right? So now we will discuss about some PHP scripts. So for our iteration or repetition statements, right? So as part of this, first we are going to discussing about a classical example, that is finding the factorial of a given number. So using for loop here. Okay. So for this one, we are going to developing one web page. So in which we are going to having one text field. So using forms, we are going to reading the data with the help of one text field. So that input data should be one number. So that number we need to receive using post method, and that value should be stored within one of the PHP script variable. And on top of that, we need to perform operation using for loop. So that we will get some factorial of a given number here. Okay, so for this one we are going to here developing one PHP script. Okay, so by default we need to take here HTML/HTML. So within that one we are having two portions, so header section and as well as body section. Okay, so within the header section we are going to here giving the title. So for this PHP script, the title I am going to giving is for loop demo. So again factorial. So then within the body we are going to here first designing the form. Since data we are going to here reading using post method, so here method value we need to provide as post, then followed by that one. So here we need to write some text, enter a number, then colon, input type should be, since we are going to reading here number, so here we need to give as number, input type equal to number. So then followed by that, so name of the field through which we are going to reading this number, I am going to calling as num. So then keep here break statement. So after that one we need to here design one submit button. Whenever we are going to entering the number and then followed by clicking the submit button, we need to here find out the factorial of the given number, input type equal to submit, then name also we are going to providing as submit. So with that we design the form. So now we need to start the PHP script. Opening and closing PHP tags we have here given. Then in between opening and closing tags, so here first we need to receive the variable value. So whatever we are going to be here providing through the number here or text field here. Okay, so for doing that one we need to use the global variable, that is global array variable called post here. So that value we are going to storing within n. So n equal to, so within the $_ post variable at the specified index called num, whatever the value we are going to be having, that one we need to receive and we need to store in the variable called n here. So first we need to check here whenever n value is equal to 0 or n value is equal to 1. So by default we can display here like, so factorial of, either it may be 0 or 1 will be here. By defaultly it will get the result as 1. Factorial of $n is 1. Like that we can directly display. Else, so whenever given value of the n is other than 0 and 1, so in that case we need to take one here for loop. So for loop, so here we need to begin the by default we need to here take here the result within fact variable. So initially we don't know factorial value, so for given number. So whenever here factorial means we need to perform multiple product operation. So here we need to assume the factorial value as 1, as we are going to performing product operation. So when we perform sum operation, initially the result we need to take as 0. when we are performing product operation, in that case, when we don't know the initial, when we don't know the final result, initially we need to take the result as 1 here, fact equal to 1. So then we need to declare one variable I, so which is a loop control variable. So then followed by that one, so here we need to begin, so from I variable, if it is equal to 2, starting from 2, we need to take the I variable value, and as long as I value is less than or equal to n. Okay, so suppose we are going to here performing the factorial of 4, so then fact value will be already 1, so I value we need to begin from 2. So 1 into 2, every time I value we need to here increment by 1, 3 into 4 into like that, until we are going to reaching the given n value. Every time increment I value. Okay, so after that one, so here every time whatever the fact value we are going to be having, we need to multiply with I variable value, and the final result whatever we are going to obtaining, we need to here store back in fact itself. Okay, so then finally we need to here display factorial of $n is the result we had stored in fact. Okay, so this is how we need to perform our factorial operation. But so this entire can be performed only whenever there is a some value within post variable. So we need to add this one. Okay, so just we are going to minimizing this one, and we are going to taking our exam server. So within the exam server, we need to run our PHP script, localhost / for demo.php. Okay, so it is asking to enter a number. So let us say I am going to here providing 0, then submitting, then it is going to showing the output as factorial of 0 is 1. So then I am giving 1, submitting. So again we are getting as factorial of 1 is 1. Let us say I am going to giving the 5. So it has to show as output 120. It is going to showing the output as factorial of 5 is 120. So that is how we are going to be executing the some particular block of code multiple times as long as some condition has been satisfied. Okay, so in our case here we are going to here repeatedly execute the statement called fact equal to fact into I as long as I value is less than or equal to n here. Okay, so then we are going to here moving towards as an example for while loop, we need to write one PHP script. Okay, so save as, so then take as while demo.php. Okay, so save as all files we need to keep. So in order to represent the while loop, so here what we are going to taking is while loop demo. So here we are going to representing Fibonacci series. So here as an input we need to take length of the Fibonacci series. Enter length of Fibonacci series. So that one we are taking in a variable called num itself. Okay, so then we need to also have submit button. So then we are going to here taking this num variable value whatever we are going to be providing through text field. So that one we are going to be here storing within n. Okay, so n is nothing but here our PHP Fibonacci series length here. So Fibonacci series nothing but, so by default initial two terms will be here 0 and as well as 1. The next term always we are going to be here finding out by adding the preceding two terms here. So preceding two terms means 0 1, when we add you will get 1. The next term what we will get is here by adding 1 plus 1, whatever the result we will get, that will be the next term. So 1 plus 1 means 2. The next term will be what? 1 plus 2 means you will get 3. So 2 plus 3 means you will get 5. So 5 plus 3 means you will get here 8 here. So like that. So we are going to here finding out every time the next term in the Fibonacci series. So by adding the preceding two terms. Okay. So let us say if you are having three terms, so third term you are going to be finding out by adding first two terms, f3 equal to f1 plus and as well as f2 value. So like that, the same formula you need to apply for each and every term in order to find out here the new term in the Fibonacci series, as long as we are going to be meeting to the expected series length here. Okay, so by default we are going to here assuming that, so here first f1 first term in the Fibonacci series as 0. Okay, so after that one f2 value we are going to taking as here 1. Okay, so first term and second term values are by default we are going to taking as what, 0 and as well as here 1. Okay, so then after that one, so then what we need to do is here, so we need to take the series present term that you need to find out. Okay, so as of now we are going to having two terms then we need to find out the third term here. So for that one we have to take one variable called count. So count indicates as of now within the series so how many number of terms we are having. So we need how many number of terms we are having, and that we need to find out what term next. So initially we are going to taking as, so count equal to 3. Third term we need to find out. Okay, so after that one, so while of, what we need to do is here count is less than or equal to your total number of series length. Okay, so then here initially we need to find out f3 equal to f1 plus f2. Okay, so before that one display something like the Fibonacci series is. Okay, so after finding the third term, so find display that one. So here echo display f3 value. Okay, so then display one next line. So after that one increment the count value, so that we need to find out next. So third term we already find out, now we need to find out the fourth term here. So after that one, so here we need to perform swapping. Let us say here we are having initially, so this one is first term, this one is second term. Now here we need to find out the third term, so now 1 will become third term. So in order to find out the next term value here, this should become f3, so and this should become here f2. Okay, so then after that one, so here this one should become here f1. Means whatever the second term we are having, that one we need to take as first term. Whatever the new term you find out, that one we need to take as current second term, and the next term you want to find out, we need to take as f3 here. Okay, so for doing that one, so here as of now initially the second term we are having, old second term we are having, we need to take that one as new first term. Okay, so then followed by that one, so whatever the currently second term we are having, so that one we need to take as our third term. Sorry, within the f2 we need to store f3 value. Okay, so now try to execute our while loop demo. While demo.php, length of this series, for suppose I am giving as 5, it has to display 1 2 3. Okay, where it is something, there is a mistake. So we didn't display f1 and f2 values. That is the reason. Echo $f1 break. Now echo $f2 break. So these two values we need to display after this statement. So we are getting the output as 0, 1, 1, 2, 3. So for 5 series length we got 5 terms here. So that is how we are going to executing the multiple statements using while loop here. Okay, so here these statements f3 equal to f1 plus f2. So this particular displaying f3 term and incrementing part, and so swapping of the f3 and f2 values with f1 and f2. So we are going to be repeatedly executing as long as count value is going to be here less than or equal to reaching to the length of the series whatever we have given. Okay, so then we will go to the demonstration of do while loop. So do while demo dot php, all files save here. Okay, so we are going to removing all this code. Simply we are placing this one. So after this one, here we are going to updating as do while demo. So for this one, what I am going to doing is, so we are going to finding sum of digits of given number. Okay, so how we are going to finding out this sum of digits of a given number means, so whenever we are going to providing one number, input we need to take as one number. So simply we can write down as enter a number, and name you can give as num. So that particular num value whatever we are going to be providing, so we can take in n here. Okay, so within the n, whatever the value we have received at index called num. Okay, so we are going to here storing within the variable called n here. Okay, so initially that n value we are going to be taking in a temporary variable called n here. Okay, so after that one, so here we need to here find out how we are going to be adding the digits of a given number. That procedure we need to write down here. So let us say we gave as 456 input number. So in that case we need to get the result as 4 plus 5 plus 6. So 4 plus 5 means 9, 9 plus 6 means you will get as here 15. Okay, so that is the result we are going to be expecting. Means, so here, so from the given number you need to get each and every individual digit, right? So but individual digit how we can get means in reverse order. So directly we can't get the 4 value, then 5 value, then 6 value. So actually we have to here first obtain 6 value, then we can obtain 5 value, so then we can obtain 4 here. So from 456, if you want to obtain 6 here, between 456 and 10, you need to perform the modulus operation here. So whatever we got, we are going to calling that one as remainder. The remainder you will get is here 6. Okay, so initially we don't know what is the sum value we are having whenever we are going to adding all the digits of a given number. So for that reason we need to take that one as 0, and once we found the remainder value, so that remainder value always we need to here add to the old sum value, and we need to here store back in the new sum variable here. So sum equal to sum plus remainder. So in order to get the next digit from the given number, after 6 we need to get here 5. So here we need to update the number. Okay, so the number whatever we are having is as of now 456, but from 456 you can't obtain 5 here. So from 456 if you want to obtain 5, 456 number should be converted into 45. So from 45 the rightmost digit we can directly derive here. So for that reason, so given number you need to divide with here 10, and you need to convert the result into integer here. So that you will get here 45 as your input number. Okay, so that one again we need to store back in n here. So simply what are the operations we need to perform here means remainder equal to between n and 10 you need to perform modulus operation. Okay, so then followed by that one, So here some value whatever we initially having, so that one we need to add to the remainder, and whatever the result we got, again we need to store in sum itself. So n value we need to here update, n equal to n by 10. So this operation we need to here repeatedly perform as long as n value we are getting is greater than 0. So initially take some value as 0 while of n value is greater than 0. Since it is a do while loop, we can take as do remainder equal to $remainder equal to $n minus 10. So then after that one, $sum equal to $sum plus $remainder. So then after that one, $n equal to $n by 10. Okay, so this process you need to continue as long as n value is greater than 0. Okay, so then finally we got the sum of digits of a given number in some variable itself. Okay, so here every time n value has been updated, finally n value will be here 0 here. Okay, so for that reason initially we assign n value in a temporary variable. So now we need to display here sum of digits of a given number, echo sum of digits of given number. Number we are stored in temp variable. Temp is result we are having in sum. Then you can give as break statement. Okay, so that is how you are finding the sum of digits of a given number using do while loop. So now we can here execute the same code here. So do while demo. So there is some do while demo, DMO. Instead of DMO we have DMO. Do while DMO.php. Enter a number. Let us say I am giving as 345. So 345 result means we have to get here 3 plus 4 7, 7 plus 5 12. You got the result as sum of digits of a given number. 345 is 12 here. Okay, so that is about the execution of the do while loop statement. So here all these statement, remainder equal to n by 10, sum equal to sum plus remainder, n equal to n by 10 has been executed multiple times as long as n value is greater than 0. Okay, so that is about do while loop execution. So then we need to here discuss about infinite for loop. Okay, so save as infinite for demo.php. Okay, save this one. Infinite for loop means which doesn't have iteration part and as well as condition checking part and as well as the increment or decrement or iteration portion here. So no need to take all this code. So simply we can write here one PHP opening tag. So then after that one we can take here one infinite for loop. So simply we need to keep here 2 semicolons. So here if you see what is the meaning of this statement is, so here iteration part is missing, condition checking part is missing, and as well as initialization part is also missing here. Okay, so echo, so welcome to SVCK. I am going to writing here. So then break statement. So if you are going to execute in this particular script multiple times, you will see the output as welcome to SVCK, and this will be repeatedly displayed until unless we are closing the browser explicitly. Okay, so see the result here. What is the file name we have here? Infinite for demo. Infinite for demo.php. So if you see multiple times welcome to SVCK has been here displayed. So this will be stopped whenever we are going to here stopping the browser. Okay, that's it. So then here we need to discuss about for each statement. For each demo dot php. So for each statement we are going to be using here in order to access the elements of any kind of list. So mostly in case of arrays, whatever the elements we are going to be having, so that one if you want to here access sequentially, so from the beginning to ending, so in that case we need to go with here for each demo, I mean for each loop we need to take here. Okay, so let us say we are having here one array. So arrays we can create with the help of array constructor itself. So let us say the variable name of the array, so I am going to taking as num. So num equal to, so here array of, I am going to taking 5 numerical elements 50. Okay, so after that one, these elements you want to here repeatedly access, so starting from beginning element to ending element here. Okay, so generally how we can write down is here we need to take one loop control variable, index we need to begin from 0. So starting from 0 until the length of the array, so we need to repeatedly execute the statements and we need to display the array element whatever we are having at the specified index. Instead of that, so directly what you can do is here we can take here for each loop. So for each loop, so array expression we need to give here. Array expression nothing but name of the array. So from the name of the array called num. Okay, so we need to here take one value from the array one by one, and that value we are going to be here specifying with the help of one name. Let us say I am going to calling that one means each and every value of the array. So that is from numerical array or numbers array. So 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, one by one we need to access here. So that each and every value whenever we are going to accessing, either it may be 50, 40, 30, 20 or 10. So that one we are going to calling with a name called number here. Okay, so and display that particular number value. So number, so then break here. Okay, also you can write down as echo the array elements are break. Okay, so and see the output. So for seeing the output we need to take here again browser. Okay, so here localhost / for each demo.php. You can be see here the array elements are 10, 20, 30, 40 and as well as 50 here. Okay, so then you can also take this one for accessing the elements of associative arrays also. Associative arrays nothing but instead of here having the elements only as a single numbers which are present at some numerical indexes, we will be having key pair key value pair kind of elements here. Okay, let us say we are having some capital cities of each and every states here. So that one I am going to here taking as an array called capitals. So we are taking 3 states here. So one is AP. Okay, so then I am going to taking here Telangana, so then Karnataka. So capital of AP we are going to here writing as Amaravati. Okay, so this kind of pairs of elements we will be having key, then followed by value pair kind of elements here. So this one we are going to calling as key, this one I am going to calling as here value. So this complete key value pair element we are going to considering as a single element of the array called capital. Means the value Amaravati is present at the index called AP within the capitals array here. Okay, so in the same line, so I am going to taking the next index of the capitals array as Telangana. At that index I am going to storing the value called Hyderabad here. Okay, so then after that one I am taking the next index as Karnataka. So then the value I am going to taking as Bangalore. Okay, so like that we are going to creating one array. So after creating the array, now we need to access each and every element. So both index and as well as value. So means key and as well as value here. So for each, So name of the array, so that is dollar capitals. Okay, so you need to retrieve them as key value, that is AP, Telangana, Karnataka. All that one I am going to here referring with the name called state. Okay, implies value names we are going to calling as here cap. Okay, so that is how we are going to accessing. So then echo you can write down as dollar state implies dollar capital. So then break statement. Okay, and see the output. Now you will get these things also. So something we are having an array capitals for each, capitals as in 11th line, capitals equal to, so here we need to write down as array. Okay, so you will be able to see here AP equal to Amravati, Telangana equal to Hyderabad, Karnataka equal to Bangalore. Okay, so that is about the usage of different types of loops we are having in PHP.